And good evening, sports fans. Yes, we usually are here. It's Wednesday Night Live at Coach's Corner. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. But due to world history last night, what was going on in the United States, we stepped back. We wanted to take a break. We wanted to follow what was going on. And all I could say, God bless America. I hope everything works out right. Good evening, Mr. Griffin. Welcome to the Coach and the AD on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Thursday Night Live instead of Wednesday Night Live.
Yeah, we're here. Little day difference, but we're still here at the Center Sports Universe. You're there at Coach's Corner. I'm sure it's active as always tonight and lively from that standpoint. So we're ready to go and got a great guest tonight.
Oh, you know when I got to put my earpiece or when we got to put our earplugs in, or as you put in your ear pods, whatever they're called, we got to step back because it gets very loud in here. But I don't know how many people know this, but disc golf is really a big sport here in the area. Pickleball's picked up. Disc golf's been around for a long time. And I don't know how many people know this, but this is the 17th annual Savannah Disc Golf Association Savannah Open presented by Specialty Sports. And there's no better way to find out what it's all about than bringing on somebody from Specialty Sports. She's joining us on the Coach's Corner hot seat, Specialty Sports, store manager, event coordinator. She's probably Sierra Thomas's right-hand man, like Sierra is for you, Coach Griffin, Valerie Williams. Valerie, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I've been following this for a long time. I follow it every year. I never really have played disc golf. I've tried a couple times doing it. It's very hard. It's intriguing, to be honest with you. But you guys have been doing this now, sponsoring for the last 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, we've been sponsoring for the last 3 or 4 years. We're the only disc golf store in the area, so it only seemed right that we would bring ourselves into it. It's pretty big. It gets bigger every year. It's brought all the newscasts out. It brings all the pros to the area because there's actually touring pros in disc golf, just like regular. We actually call it ball golf. So we have our own name for it, so we actually call it ball golf, but we actually have our own touring pros, and we've got a lot of big names that travel all over the world coming to Savannah. So it's a really big thing in this area.
Well, before we get into what it's going to be all about, tell us about Valerie Williams from Savannah. How did you end up getting involved in Specialty Sports and disc golf?
So I'm actually from Charleston, South Carolina. I came to Specialty Sports about 6 years ago. I have a lot of promoting background, and naturally I kind of got into disc golf. They came into the store, the Savannah Disc Golf Association. They came into the store and they asked me when I didn't know anything about disc golf, and they said, could you come out and be at one of our tournaments? And I was like, I'll do my best, but so I went out there and I was terrible. Like, I was just watching them and I didn't know what to do. But from that point on, I was just kind of like, I got to learn about this because it looked really cool. At one point it was just kind of like, well, I see people throwing frisbees in the woods. I go out to Tom Triplett, I play tennis, and, I see these people throwing frisbees in the woods, but it wasn't just regular frisbees. So I got to learn all about it. And, from that point on, I became a disc golf promoter for Specialty Sports, and it's picked up pretty big. We have people from all over come to our store from out of town. They put new courses on Tybee and at the YMCA in Pooler, so that's brought more people. So it's just become a really big thing, and Specialty Sports has done everything that we can to be a part of it.
All right, and I know Chad's got a question for you. Meet Chad Griffin, the AD. You probably know him through Sierra, but, everybody knows the AD.
Hey, so Valerie, something that's been going on 17 years is a long time. I mean, that's a pretty good run. Be going on 17 years, and of course your guys' involvement over the last couple of years is the main part of this. I mean, what is the thing you enjoy most? You say you're a disc golfer yourself now. Tell me what you've enjoyed most that you got out of learning about this sport and building into it and now playing it.
It's actually a very big community. Everybody kind of knows everybody. We all love traveling together. It's kind of like something that anybody can do at any skill level. So we have people from juniors that are, 11, 12 up to a division of 70 plus in age players. So it's just something that everybody can get together and do. And it's real positive. It's real just being outside and having a good time. And that's just something I think, especially, with everything that's going on in the world right now, that everybody needs. And I like that. I like getting outside. Naturally, I go to the mountains and I'm a hiker, so I like being outside anyways. It's something to stay active. It's something to be able to teach others, and it it can be hard, but it's something that everybody can do. And I like that aspect. And I like the fact that when people come in, they instantly get hooked on it. And, you have people in the store and they're just looking at all the discs and the colors. And, they're like, this is pretty, and learning the flight numbers. So it's just a really cool sport to learn about. Actually, for the first time last year, disc golf was broadcasted on ESPN. It was called the Dynamic Disc Open. It was the first time that we had gotten on regulated TV instead of just YouTube or Twitter. So it was something that actually picked up a lot during COVID, when nobody could go anywhere and the parks were still open and you could still get outside and socially distance. And with the course on Tybee, with all the tourists coming in, that just made it even bigger, because they just did JC Park up in Tybee. And that brings a lot of people. So it's just something that's really fun, easy. You can get out and do with your kids, the family. It's a really good community.
And you're watching Thursday Night Live. It's the Coach and AD, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're usually here every Wednesday night, but we pushed it back a day. And I saw this last week on social media, and I said, I got to get people to talk about this because I've been following it. And we got the are you the event coordinator for this, for Specialty Sports, or are you the event coordinator for Savannah Disc Golf? And yes or no? And tell us, how does an actual tournament play or work?
So I am the event coordinator for Specialty Sports, and I do all the player packs for the players. I bring discs out to the tournament to sell. I'm also the secretary on the board for the Savannah Disc Golf Association, so I'm pretty involved there, and help them run tournaments. But how it works is they do a flex start. So there's 18 holes. Every player, there's about 5 to a card, and they start on different holes. And they run 2 tournaments on Saturday and 1 tournament on Sunday. So it's 3 rounds total. And it's whoever has the lowest score in each division wins that division. And they usually do top 3, first, second, third. For recreational players, they usually do about the top 9, because there's about 60 players in that division. So it's the same concept as golf. It's the lowest score in 3 rounds total, and they get a division rating and everything. So it's a pretty cool thing that we do.
Hey, so when you talk about the disc, all right? So in golf, we got golf clubs in different numbers. From driver to your sandwich and stuff. So talk about disc. What is the different discs? You said flights, things that nature. What does all that mean to someone who knows nothing about disc golf?
So we actually have a driver, a putter, and a mid-range. We have distance drivers, we have fairway drivers, we have putt and approach discs. They all have different flight numbers. 14 is the highest you can go. That's kind of like the top of the top. And then you got your 7-speed, which is kind of a beginner driver. Some go, about a good. People can throw these discs about a good 500 feet.
Wow! Oh, wow!
Yeah. It's if you ever want to watch it, you should get on YouTube and just type disc golf. You can see how we all do it. It's really cool. But we've got different flight paths. So there's understable discs that go to the right. There's overstable discs that go to the left. There's discs that go super straight, because, you're playing out in the woods. So all these baskets are not just right in front of you. They're behind trees, and there's obstacles in the way, and you can go out of bounds. There's hazards. There's mandatories. So it can become pretty tough. Most of the time we get out there and we hit trees and we throw our discs in the water, and that's usually when they come back to me. So, but yeah, we throw a lot of discs in the water. But yeah, we have different flight, and we have flight charts. So we have flight charts that explain everything. So when people come in the store, based off their skill level, I'll ask how they throw. We throw backhand, we throw forehand. We do tomahawks, which is over the head. We have all kinds of cool little names like Heiser spikes and flicks and Anheuser and rollers and stuff like that. So there's a whole disc golf lingo, and there's a whole flight chart path to this. So that's the only complicating part. But people can just get out there and throw without having to know all that. Not everybody's trying to go pro.
So I'm on the first tee. I have a bag of different discs to use in different situations, just like a golf club.
Exactly. So off the tee, you would definitely use, because some of these holes are off the bat, they're about 360 feet. So you would use a distance driver off the tee pad. If you've got an open hole with water on it, you would probably use a fairway driver, because a distance driver, it could get caught in the wind and fly in the water. So you use your distance driver, and about 150 feet out, you might use your putt and approach disc to get up to the basket. So.
And it's just like regular golf, like par 3, par 4, par 5, those type deals. Is that like, hey, you got to get, this is a long haul, par 5 here, 500 something. What's your typical? What's a par 3 hole? Is there like a part, like a short hole, then a typical par 4, then a par 5, which is usually a long hole in golf. So is that how the course is laid out? Very similar to golf.
Yeah. So actually, the holes in regular ball golf are a little bit, well, actually, they're a lot longer than the holes in disc golf. So you might have some par 3s that are about 187 feet to about 380. And then when you get to your 400s, then you get about a par 4. And anything past that, like if you go to Statesboro, they have a disc golf course where there's some 1,100 feet, 1,100 foot holes, which is pretty long. Those are some par 5s. We have different tee pads. So there's reds, which are considered shorts, and then you have blues, which are intermediate, and then you have golds, which those can get into the 900 foot holes. Those are kind of like the pro tee pads. Every division plays from a different tee pad. So you have some of your rec players, they're playing from the short pads, and then you have your intermediate playing from the blues, and then you have your top guys playing from those long holes.
Wow. If you're just tuning in, we're talking with Valerie Williams, the Specialty Sports Store Manager, Event Coordinator, and she's helping run the 17th Annual Savannah Open Disc Golf Tournament. It's presented by Specialty Sports, and what intrigues me, and it's all part of the Coach Corner Sports Network, that's where we are tonight. What amazes me, though, is you have amateurs and you have people that are professionals. Do they win money? I mean, is it just like professional golf? I mean, I know it's on that tier of millions, but is there money involved?
Yeah, so the top touring pros, there's actually, we have something called the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and we have pros that go all over the country and all over the world, and they compete for the world title, and they can win big bucks, and they get the big check at the end, and, are able to display it. But, all of us strive to be like all of those guys, and, they could throw a good 700-foot hole in the middle of the woods and ace, and make an ace, which is like an eagle or a hole in one. So that's what we all strive for, but that's not what we all get.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's some
my question. Hey, how typical is, how rare is a hole in one? Is it just like golf, to where a hole in one's like maybe once in a lifetime, twice in a lifetime type deal? Is that more common in disc golf than it is in regular golf?
It's more common in disc golf. It's weird because I've actually now been playing for 5.5 years, and I still haven't gotten one. I've hit chains and it's spit out, and I've hit the bottom of the pole, the top of the basket. I've hit all over the place and still haven't gotten one. But there's a lot there. I've gotten pretty close, but there's a lot of people that hit them all the time. On Tom Triplett Park, we have about 3 holes that get aced all the time, and it's like the same holes on that course. So it's actually pretty common in disc golf.
All right, so if people want to watch this, if somebody's interested in getting registering, can they still do that? What are specifics do they need about this weekend?
The tournament is actually full. The tournament actually sold out in about, I want to say about 6 minutes.
6 minutes?
It's a pretty prestigious tournament. So it sells out pretty quickly. But we also have other tournaments that we run in the area, the Savannah Disc Golf Club. So we do have a Facebook page, Savannah Disc Golf Association, or the Savannah Disc Golf Players Group, where we update people on leagues, happenings, things that are going on in the area. Sometimes we do just little fun leagues, $5 buy-in, or some kind of charity tournament. But we keep players updated on that page, and it's something that people can use to, find out what's going on. And it's anything from beginners to people that's been playing for a while. If somebody wants to just come and join in. I know on Saturday mornings we do doubles, and doubles is where, a beginner will get paired up with somebody that's been playing for a while. And so they're able to get lessons as they play. So we have things set up for, people just starting out, so they don't feel like they have to be, great, right away or something like that. We have all kinds of resources for people to learn.
Now, is it rain or shine?
It's rain or shine, just not lightning.
I don't think we're going to get lightning at this time of year, but I know there's going to be a little rain around the area. Chad?
I'm just sitting here looking at, I looked up career winnings, or, what do, according to the website here, Professional Disc Golfers, they can make an average of $116,000 in a year. The pay scale ranged from the lowest 25% of disc golfer professionals making less than $62,000 annually to the highest making $145,000 playing disc golf. So, Karl, if I no longer am able to be on the show, is because I've taken up disc golf very seriously, because that pays more than what I currently make at the day school. So there you go. Yes, I'm like, if those numbers are real, I'm finding something else tomorrow.
It sounds pretty interesting. And that's males and females, right?
That's males and females.
All right, Valerie, now if they want to find out more, how do they get in touch with you? How do they find Specialty Sports? Let's give a plug to Sierra and the gang over there.
Yeah, so Specialty Sports, you can find us at 702 Mall Boulevard. We're right down the street from the mall. You can find us on Facebook, Specialty Sports, and Instagram. You can also find our website at www.specialtysportsavannah.com.
All right, last question. I posted a picture of you. Who are the Wicked Aces Professional Golf Club or Disc Golf Club?
That's a side little disc golf team that I have for me and my friends, and we compete just for fun. Just friendly competition between us. We have tags, and we like to take each other's tags all the time. So it's just a friendly competition group. We just like to get out there and, beat each
Have
other.
a good time.
Well, Karl, have you ever been disc golfing? Karl,
I haven't.
Have you ever been disc golfing?
We got it at school. I haven't tried it. Dante Casagrande is in charge of outdoor sports, and he went out and got the baskets, and there's, I think, 3 or 4 of them. He's got a bunch of discs. It looks pretty interesting. I mean, we're into the pickleball. We're into what's that beach ball called? You hit it into the net. Spike ball. We got that going on. So we got it going on at Islands High School. So I got to try this disc golf. But I didn't know there was a different disc, frisbee as I call it, for a different situation. I didn't know about that one. I've learned a lot about disc golf tonight, and it seems like it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. You have to get out there and play.
Well, once again, Valerie, thanks for taking the time. And once again, this Saturday at a Triplet Park is the amateur weekend. Next weekend will be the pro weekend. So if you want to see somebody that's really good, get out there at Triplet Park, which is where? Out in Pooler?
It's out in Pooler off of 80.
Okay. Appreciate it. Have fun this weekend.
Thank you.
I
mean, Chad, I learned a lot about disc golf.
Stuff I had no idea. Had no idea about that. I've seen it. I've been in specialty sports. I've seen the, what, like you said, looks like frisbees and disc and different numbers, and I just never asked what it was. But obviously it's big. If you sell a tournament in 6 minutes, that's pretty huge. And the fact that, hey, Savannah is a location, destination for disc golf, and that's awesome. That's one more thing here we have in Savannah that we did not know about. Now, the masses, obviously the masses know about disc golf, Karl, because they saw a tournament in 6 minutes, and That's incredible.
But it's the 17th annual, Chad. It's not like it's just, I mean, it's been going on for 17 years. I've heard on and off about it. This is the first time I really focused on getting information about it. And I mean, it's just, it's just a great concept. And, if you're not good with the club, you hit it left or right. I can go get my disc that will go left or right. I mean, it's pretty interesting. I mean, golf is frustrating. This might be a lot of fun. There he is, Mr. Herb, brother. So, once again, it sounds like a lot of fun. I'm going to try, if I can, either get out this week or next week just to check it out, because it sounds like I want to see the professionals. I mean, I've done the professional beach volleyball at a Tybee. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh,
so this is just. I mean, I want to know if. Okay, so we got a dog leg right behind a tree. I want to see the guy getting into that little cage or basket that she's talking about. So.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I think that's some of the most interesting things there is watching these guys throw it through the woods like they're not going to hit a tree or something. But she's like, no, they got it. They can throw it 300, 400, 500 feet through the woods and not hit anything and hit the basket. I'm like, hey, listen, I know I can't throw a Frisbee very well. So I hope that throwing a disc is easier than throwing a Frisbee, but maybe not. But like the winnings on tour. I mean, that's unbelievable. I'd make a career playing disc golf. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and someone can throw it 300 feet. That's like the length of a football field, right?
Yeah. I mean, 300 feet. Yeah.
And then she's telling us there's holes that are 400, 500 feet. There was a hole 1,100 feet. Man, oh man. That's mind-boggling, and it's probably trees and stumps and everything else in the way. But anyway, so this weekend, Savannah Disc Golf Association presents the 17th Annual Savannah Open, presented by Specialty Sports. You go to Specialty Sports on Facebook, find out more information. You go to Savannah Disc Golf on Facebook. You can go, what you just did, you even put in Professional Disc Golf Association, and you got all this information to find. So maybe hopefully one of the local TV stations will be out there, but we got to go check it out and see what this is really like. So amateurs this weekend, Tom Triplett Park out in Pooler off of Highway 80. And then next weekend is the big guys that can make up to $140,000 a year playing disc golf, the pro weekend. And they'll be here, the big boys, the big disc flickers will be here. I guess that's what you call them, eh?
I guess. We only one way to find out. So.
And it's an outdoor sport, which is perfect during the COVID-19 pandemic. So,
yes, it is. I'm sure you can social distance at disc golf.
Well, we're rolling right along here. It's 25 minutes already. I can't believe this, but let's step on high school sports. You and I are having a lot of work to do, because not only is basketball and wrestling and swimming started, we start with the spring sports next Monday. Well, you could have started tennis last Monday. This is crazy.
Yeah, we could have started tennis this Monday, and then soccer, track can begin on the 11th, which I'll get cranking up then, and then lacrosse and baseball, maybe golf on the 18th, and then off you go. We're in the wild west of sports again. Right in the middle of really finishing up winter with swim is going on. I know we got a lot of people trying to qualify for swim, which has been really tough right now. Wrestling's in the middle of everything as well, and basketball is just getting ready to hit region games. I know for us, we got our first region game tomorrow versus Aquinas, and then spring sports start, Carl. This is the busiest time in the AD's life right now.
Yeah, I know all the paperwork. Well, sorry, all the internet stuff we got to do now. It's no longer paperwork, but it's a lot of typing and looking up grades and everything else. So, but anyway, hey, the round ball's going strong. We started region play Tuesday night. Some big games, but once again, we'll talk about the rankings because we're well represented in the state basketball rankings. We'll start with the ladies first in Class 3A. We have nobody in 5A, even though the Richmond Hill girls, I think, got one loss on the season. In 3A, Johnson is number 1 at 5-0. Beach is number 9 at 5-2. In Class AA, the ladies of Woodville Tompkins, the Lady Wolverines, are off to an 8-0 start. Then Class A private, I don't know how you guys haven't moved up. You're 6-1. I mean, but that, we don't do the rankings. That's for other people to do.
I mean, listen. Class A private is super deep. I mean, you start thinking about, the Hebrons and Wesleyans and St. Francis of the world. I'm telling you, man, Class A private, those top 5 teams, I'll put them in any class. I'll take Hebron, Wesleyan, and St. Francis, and probably one other, and I'll take them and put them in any classification, and they'll be with anybody. It is unbelievable, the depth in Class A private, especially in Metro Atlanta. It's a whole different world.
Yeah, well, it's got to be pretty exciting. Okay, on the boys' side, okay, Richmond Hill off to a 10-0 start. Bill Henderson, they beat Statesboro the other night, first region game. Great job with the Wildcats. If that's in 6A, they're 5. In 4A, Jenkins lost a tough one. They opened region play at New Hampstead. They lost. They're 6-5. They were ranked 9th going into Tuesday night. Class 3A, Johnson is number 3 at 6-0. Windsor Forest is 2-0. Windsor Forest, Johnson will face off this week. Johnson and Beach Girls will face off this week. It's a big week. You guys next week will be Calvary and Christian.
Yes. So we have Aquinas this Friday at home, then Bullock Academy at home. Then I think next Friday, I think we're at Christian next Friday.
So, Jenkins is 9 in 4A. Johnson and Windsor Forest are 3 and 5, and then Lenny Williams and the Woodville Tompkin boys are number 5. So there's a lot of hoops going on, a lot of excitement. Just something, a good article, Dennis Knight, basketball's back during COVID-19. Chad, did you know Windsor Forest and, which they didn't mention in the article, and Woodville Tompkins have not played a game in over a month?
I know when we had Travis on the other day, and he was talking about that as well as, the amount of time that it's been between games. And that's a lot. It's like starting a season all over again. I mean, you get in a rhythm. You know how basketball is, Carl. You get in a rhythm of practice and playing, and then now you're a month off. I mean, you feel like you're going back to preseason again. So it's going to be unique to see how Windsor Forest adjusts to that and how they come out. Like I said, I'm not going to put a lot of stock in this week, really the next 7 to 10 days for Windsor Forest, because it's like they've started all over again. I think they'll be fine when it comes to end of season, though, and they roll around to a region tournament.
Hey, when Johnson and Windsor Forest go, you got Amandre Bowles. Then you got to talk about Devontae Bass, who Georgetown. He's only a junior. Shamir. Come on, Shamir. What's Shamir's last name? I do apologize. Shamir Norman. Okay. I mean, Windsor Forest is so talented. But like I said, they only got 2 games on their belt. And I'm going to give a plug here to Travis Jadon. He did a great article on Windsor Forest and Aaron Clark. Aaron Clark, the head boys coach, lost his grandmother and his mother to COVID. I mean, how do you bounce back from something like that? And I know Aaron very well. I mean, and that's bigger than a basketball game. And he just takes everything in stride now. Just a great guy. He's been over there for 6 years. Winning the region title for the first time in I don't know how long. I mean, there's a lot of other stories going into that Windsor Forest not playing over a month. And, we have the Johnson girls, the Hamilton girl who had brain surgery. I mean, there's so many underlying stories and what's going on in high school basketball. People got to find it out. Bethesda's off to a roll. Memorial got their gym resurfaced. So that's a big deal over at Memorial Day School. So a lot of great stories. It's going to get heated up right now. The rivalries are all over the place. Hey, you know what? We know football – Savannah's getting on the map, but basketball's always been king. You know that.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think, we're the way things are set up here in the next month is going to be one of the most fast and furious months you're going to see it in high school sports and basketball especially. I mean, it's, January 7th, and to think in a month, how the tide will turn in basketball and how quickly and how many games will be played here in the next 30 days, Carl, is pretty tremendous.
Hey, next week, Chad, I go Tuesday against Woodville. I go Thursday against Calvary, who has their football players back, so that's going to be a tough one. I go Friday at New Hampstead. Then I come back and take on Savannah Christian because we have to make up all those games. And I still haven't rescheduled Savannah High and Groves yet. So, I don't know how I'm going to fit it in there. There's not enough time in a day. It's really unbelievable. You're watching the coach. Go ahead.
Let me know what you need to do, man. We'll help you out with whatever you need. And so we're scheduled. What the
Thursday.
18th is no.
Whatever Thursday is.
Yeah, Thursday. My bad.
Hey, I want to play. That'll get my guys in shape. And you know what? My belief is, hey, to only get better or only to be the best is to beat the best. And when you play in a competition like I just sounded off and Windsor Forest later on in the year, Johnson, I had to reschedule Johnson. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just so you know, the coach and AD, Karl DeMasi Sports Report, we've been doing this since March 28th when COVID hit. Okay. And we got to thank John Henderson and Coach's Corner for letting us do it here. It's on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. But do you remember way back in July when we interviewed Kayla Rozier, who verbally committed to North Florida? The Ospreys. Well, yesterday she signed her national letter of intent. It's definitely legit. North Florida is a Division I program. And this girl is so talented that I got excited seeing that on the internet last night on WJCL, and WSAV had stories on her, and I wrote a little something on Prep Sports World today. But to see these kids to get to the next level, whether it's football, basketball, soccer, whatever, flag football, okay, you got to let me know when this girl decides to sign Navy Hamilton. I mean, it's going to be pretty exciting. But anytime Nevaeh, right? I'll get it straight sooner or later. I'll have to say it 50,000 times. You know what I mean? So, but there's a lot going on.
It is. It's been unbelievable to see her path. Since the flag football state championships and the offers that she's had come in, and this exposure. I mean, talking to the college coaches, and they're like, "Hey, this girl's an underclassman." It's exciting. I got to do a podcast today with Score Atlanta talking about the experience. The girls flag this year. That was really cool.
Did you plug the coach and AD? Did you plug the Coach's Corner Sports Network?
Well, I told them. I said, listen. I said, they asked us. Said, well, just be normal. I said, well, listen, man. Well, I kind of talk for a living. I feel like so. I think I'll be able to handle it. From that standpoint. So it was
no stage fright.
No stage fright. And so, but no, it's been good. It's exciting to see. I was excited just for them to be covering girls flag and talking about in their podcast and what they feel it means, and for them the development of what they foresee flag football becoming. So, man, it is. We're in a tough time as a country, but in a sports time. It's exciting to be able to do things each day, Karl. I mean, you talk about it all the time. Is like, hey, each day is a blessing, opportunity to get to go play, opportunity to do these things, and it really keeps things in perspective in the grand scheme of life right now.
Well, like I said, I can't believe it was July 30th that we interviewed Kayla Rozier, and she finally got to sign yesterday. It's just a tradition at AE Beach High School for these young ladies to get scholarships, and it's pretty exciting. Don't forget, we're all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right. We got 4 shows. One takes a little hiatus because it's about golf. Okay, but once again, over there, rubbing and grubbing. Rubbing and grubbing. There you go. Our weekly NASCAR show with Dan Foles, Brandon Baines, and Lawrence Bennett, the director. They took off last night. With the crazy things going on in this world, I think we all did the right thing. People had other things to worry about than worry about some guys talking about sports. We follow them every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock just to give you an update like we're doing now. We pushed it to Thursday because we felt we needed to do this. And plus, I had set the interview with Valerie for Wednesday, and she understood. Valerie Williams, thank you for coming on, Especially Sports. The Savannah Disc Golf Association holding the 17th Annual Savannah Opening. That's right, disc golf. Professional disc golf players, frisbee throwers, making $140,000 a year. Amazing. But anyway, and then once again, we got to talk about the 19th hole with the Herb brothers. They do a great job. And we do have a podcast with Travis Jadon and Spencer Maddox. That's called the Hot Grits Podcast. Check it out on Apple's, iTunes, wherever you get your podcast. Don't forget, every Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock to 10:30, you come here for breakfast. That's right. Not 6 to 10 o'clock at night or 10:30 at night. Monday through Friday in the morning. Come get some breakfast. I had eggs over easy with some home fries, little big country sausage. It wasn't kielbasa, but it was a big country sausage, and you had to get your what was it, country ham and steak or whatever it is.
I get country ham, man. Country ham, the salt version, not like Virginia ham, the sweet, but country ham, the salt version. That's my go-to.
Okay, here you go. We usually do this 3 out the door on Saturday mornings. I'll make this quick because I know you got to go watch Hayes play basketball. What's your nirvana of breakfast foods?
Oh man, it has got to be. If I'm not getting a country ham biscuit from Bojangles, then it is. There's something about pancakes at Cracker Barrel that is just flat out different. I mean, I don't know if it's the griddle or the butter or I don't know what it is, but I can buy the batter from. I mean, I've gone and got the batter from Cracker Barrel to make to make pancakes, but I can never duplicate it at home. How they taste, I don't know. I can't do it. So between those are, I mean, that's a big one. Country ham biscuit, pancakes from Waffle, from Cracker Barrel, and then hey, you're not far from it. And it's a little, but Auspicious Bakery. I'm giving them a plug. All right, that is my kind of kryptonite a little bit. So you can pre-order online. But some of the best, they make croissants, and it's like ham and cheese croissants, everything croissants with some cheese in them. I mean, that is my kryptonite. I can go there, and I can spend way more money than I want to mention on the air, at that place. And everything is so fluffy and light. And every time I do, I hit the scale, and I'm like, that was a bad decision. It was really good in the moment, but it's a bad decision. After that,
I mean, this big guy is a little hungry right now. I can eat breakfast food all day long. I can eat it for breakfast. I can eat it for lunch. I can eat it for dinner. So I got to go find me.
Auspicious Bakery Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I got to check it out. Look at Facebook. You can pre-order. You can pre-order and just go pick it up. It's awesome.
I got to go with Rocky's Deli. I got to go with the Kaiser roll. I got to go with the Kaiser roll with the egg and the cheese and the bacon. Takes just like when I used to work in a deli in New York, and a nice cup of coffee, the Greek style. Yeah, that's my nirvana. But throw a waffle in there too. I wouldn't mind either. So, but anyway, once again, Wednesday nights is Pub Star Trivia. Hey, what's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Friday.
The Soundgarden's open. It's January 8th.
Is it Elvis?
It's Elvis' birthday. Elvis.
Viva, baby. Viva.
Go ahead. Come on. Do it.
I did. That's about 2 things I can do. Viva, baby. Viva.
Okay. Ray of Elvis will be out in the Soundgarden tomorrow night to celebrate Elvis Presley's birthday, the king of rock and roll, the guy that got it all started. Okay. Unbelievable. Led to the Beatles, led to everything else that you hear, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, you name it. So Ray of Elvis, this guy is supposed to be a first act Elvis impersonator. Go to Eventbrite. It's only $10 to get in. Starting in February, the Soundgarden will be open for all concerts every weekend. Remember, it's all sports, all music, all the time. At the center of
Sports Universe, Coach's Corner, right where you're at, babe.
All right, babe. Good show. I got the good show Saturday lined up. Stuart Fife Therapy opened his brand new facility. He's going to kick off the show at 9:15, and he's going to give us a tour of his new facility. I mean, I'm telling you, Chad, it's unbelievable. So we'll have Stuart Fife to kick it off. Hey, we're going to go to a former Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. He plays for the University of West Virginia. He played for the Memorial Day School Blue Thunder Matadors. Winston Wright's going to make an appearance. The Jet. Awesome. So we'll have him. And then we're going to close the show out. We're going to travel up the road. We're going to see Miss Anita Howard, the head basketball coach at Georgia Southern, the women's basketball coach from AE Beach High School. Give us an update because we talked to her way back in July also, and she had a bout of COVID-19. So we're going to see how she dealt with that. So we got a great show lined up for you Saturday. We'll be back Saturday morning. Coach and AD live from it. Where?
Center Sports Universe, Coach's Corner.
9 a.m. And don't forget, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. You can catch all previous shows, all our Weatherington Chiropractic Athletes of the Week interviews. You can watch this. Don't forget Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Also, YouTube. Subscribe to their page and find out what Dan Foles and Brandon Baines are up to. So Other than that, Chad, have a blessed week. Whatever you may be doing until Saturday, may you hit it at the park. And hopefully it's been your best week ever. We're out of here. What do we got to do before we go everywhere? Mask up. Wash those hands. And hopefully, I just lost my ear pierce, Chad. And
well, stay safe. Hey, you gotta stay safe. All right, y'all have mask up. Stay careful out there. Vaccines coming, and hopefully we'll get through this sooner than later.
And God bless America. Let's all come together.
Amen, brother.
Hey, go and enjoy your kids' basketball game.
All right, man. See you Saturday.
You got it.